Keith Rowley is the PNM's chief star dancing bear, and his job tonight was to fling all his shit at the truth and make you forget that we have witnesses. And I want to bring you back to that. And I want to remind Trinidad and Tobago of this. As the person who single-handedly brought the truth of this entire fiasco into your living room, I am the person that brought this. And I heard Keith Rowley, he did everything but say my name. He tried to play around like it's him and Kamala fighting this, but the country know the UNC, they're just on the sideline lighting some candles too. The real issue is me, and I did this and I'll continue to do this. So tonight I have to answer him, and I want to say, as the person who brought the truth, because Keith Rowley forgets, but I don't. So I'll deal with the issues that matter. All of the nonsense that he tried to put into the public space is of no concern to me. All his smelter and electric car bullshit, all his diesel and price of oil and diversify, I'm not even touching that now. I'm telling you all, I'm not touching the distraction stuff. I'm dealing only with the issues that matter. So let's deal with this, right? Sorry about that. I'm just trying to straighten this camera a little bit, so I apologize if it twists. Right, cool, sorry about that. So the PNM is trying to defend their failure in office, the failure of their appointees, and that's what tonight was about. Tonight was about Keith Rowley wanting to tell his followers, however many they are still, that he is not to blame and that his government did not fail. They are putting out a lot of misinformation in the public space, and some of these divers have lawyers now, and these lawyers have work to do, and I'm going to leave these lawyers their work to do. But I watched last night on the UNC platform, right after I debunked the whole Paria release, a fellow named Rambali in a UNC yellow shirt followed me almost verbatim and said the same thing after. No problem at all. I have come to accept that that is how that side works. I will do my endeavor best to ignore what I expect. I want to talk to Keith Rowley. With everything that you said tonight, and I'm just sharing the video to the people on WhatsApp, so that's what I'm doing right now. But I want to say a couple things that will destroy what Keith Rowley said. And his little Hans Devines and his little stunt questions in the audience. Come on. I mean, this is cheap theater. This is Barnum and Bailey and Ringling Brothers. This is circus. This is not real governance. Real governance answers the question. So there's the questions, right? The question is, what was Paria's responsibility? Forget that. Did Paria live up to their responsibility? Forget that. The important things to address, because I'm hearing PNM talking heads float into the conversation if LMCS alerted Paria that there was an incident. Paria should not have had to have been alerted. Paria should have been on site. Forget that. This is what the PNM and Paria cannot get past. This is where the truth is. And no matter how much they try to swing it in the court of public opinion, and I have seen that courts in Trinidad and Tobago, it's not about justice, you know. It's not even about right and wrong. It's about whose lawyers could win in the game of spin. It's not about truth. It's not about right or wrong. It's not about justice. It's about who have the highest paid lawyers, who have the best connections, who have the ability to create the most, I didn't want to, afraid to use words like magic, make magic. turn the truth into a lie and sell that lie as justice. So a commission of inquiry is only as good as the commissioners. I will wait until that day. But these are the things that the PNM and Paria cannot escape. 1. Michael Kerban. 2. Ronald Ramuta. 3. Mr. Boudram. When Michael Kerban brought Boudram to the surface of the water and was told that his father helped him out, that will never go away. That's the most important truth. And all Michael Kerban wanted to do was go and rescue his father. And both Kerban brothers, and especially the younger brother, for that entire weekend, did everything in his power to get permission. So when Paria says they didn't block anybody from mounting a rescue, Paria lied. And Paria said in their own release that the Coast Guard told them that it was dangerous. So how many sides of the argument you're going to have? You're going to argue both sides of the argument? When Paria stopped Michael Kerban from rescuing or attempting to rescue, and when Paria failed to mount a rescue of their own, they sealed those divers' fates. And if they were alive, they killed them. The rest of the thing that you're going to see from prime ministers and other paid puppets coming to perform are going to be attempts at distracting you. I just want you to remember this. When the accident or the incident occurred, Michael Kerban went to the pipe and rescued Boudram, who was helped out of the pipe by Michael's father. Michael tried to go back to get his father and was stopped and was blocked, and Paria took control of the scene and said nobody is to go back. And they begged and they begged and they begged. I don't know what went on with LMCS, and I don't know who was in what conversation with Paria, and it has nothing to do with these truths. And I sat next to Michael Kerban on that table, and I told him, you have to tell this story. And that is the only way the country will know what really went on. Paria and the government, in cahoots, using the Coast Guard, stopped and blocked any further attempts at rescue. If there is liability, if there is culpability, it starts with Paria. How high up the chain it goes? Does it reach the Minister of Energy? Does it reach the Prime Minister? We will find out. We also need to know what's going on with that pipe. We're not going to get distracted. Now, I want Keith Rowley to hear me. I am not part of the UNC. So whoever dance you and Kamala dance it, all the dance have nothing to do with me. But when you bring the bullshit in the public space, no, we're going to unbullshit it for Trinidad and Tobago. There was a rescue, and that person is alive. There's a rescuer, and that person is alive. And those two people are the only two people who really know what went on underwater and what was going on in that pipe. So Keith Rowley, miss us with your bullshit.
The subconscious mind is the part of your brain where your thoughts and actions happen unintentionally and automatically. It's where ideas that are as natural to you as breathing come from, and these thoughts can exist in your head without you even realizing they're there. Naturally, this makes it pretty dangerous to have a negative subconscious, as that can influence everything you do without your knowledge. But how can you fix something that you're not even consciously aware of? How can you tap into parts of your brain that aren't easy to reach? And once you get there, how can you begin to improve it? Here are 3